next up, we've got Anthony Margarit, who is President and CEO of K2 Gold. K2 is a grassroots exploration company that's a member of Discovery Group and is currently actively working on 3 projects, despite the need for sleep, as well as in these market conditions. Anthony will be discussing the specific variables that investors in this stage of mining exploration should consider, and will also be sharing some brief highlights and upcoming catalysts about K2 Gold. Anthony Margarit.
Thank you, Rita. All right, I don't have to introduce myself after that, but thanks, Rita. So, here we go. All right, this afternoon, I'm going to be speaking about the benefits of investing in greenfields explorers. All right. Greenfield explorers are generally classified as companies in the exploration stage that do not have a project with a resource estimate. Their success relies on making new discovery through drill programs. The highest potential return on investment comes from buying a junior when they're in the exploration stage. Great drill assay results can send a junior's share price skyrocket. A lot of this is going to be a review for most of the people in here. As a low cost of entry, most companies in this sector provide a low cost of entry, which leads us to the next point, the ability to spread your investment dollars around a number of companies, diversifying your risk profile. The basket investment approach. Spread your investment across a number of prospective companies. Only one of those companies needs to make a discovery in order to deliver a significant return. Now let's look at precursors to success. Management and technical team. Is management and board of directors experienced? Has management been involved in a significant discovery or acquisition? Project pipeline. Does the company have a portfolio of projects at different stages of maturity? A healthy project pipeline includes projects that span from grassroots target generation projects through to more mature projects that are beginning to show evidence that a significant discovery could be around the corner. Are projects analogous to other significant discoveries? Is there evidence that supports the idea of the company's project being analogous to an existing discovery or resource? Is the location of the target area fertile hunting ground for this deposit type or commodity? A project with a direct analog in a geologically similar environment presents less risk than exploring for an unproven target model in a new geological environment. Now we'll move over to potential red flags. Lack of project focus. Is a company focused on one commodity or geographic region, or many? If it's many, do they have the technical and financial capacity to adequately evaluate the projects effectively? Distracted management. Is senior management involved in a number of different ventures? Does the management and technical team have the capacity to evaluate the projects they're operating? Are they able to dedicate the time required to successfully market and finance a company in question? And finally, inability to raise capital. Has a company struggled to meet their financing goals recently? These examples aren't all-encompassing. They're simply a few examples taken into account when considering the benefits of investing in greenfield explorers. Okay, I don't have a lot of time, so let's move on to K2 Gold. And here we go. I've left a stack of business cards outside there. If anyone wants to reach out to me with questions or emails, please pick up the phone and give me a call. There's a couple hats too if anyone wants some. And let's get into the projects. I wouldn't classify K2 as a true greenfield explorer, as once we're through the permitting process at our Mojave project, we'll be starting to build a resource for our phase 2 drill program there. K2 has 3 projects in its portfolio, one in the Yukon Territory, one in Nevada, and one in Inyo County, California. I'm going to start out with our Wells project in the Yukon because we just finished a 12-hole drill program up there a few weeks ago, and we're eagerly awaiting assay results, which I was hoping to have for this presentation, but the first batch is not yet complete. The Wells is one of the best underexplored gold systems in the Tintina Gold Belt and the Yukon. The targets of the Wells project show strong similarities to Nuance Coffee project, which was discovered by K2's predecessor, Kaminak. K2's Vice President, Eric Beidenhuis, who's around here somewhere, there he is. Eric was involved with Coffee Project from discovery through acquisition with Goldcorp. And Jody Gibson, in the purple shirt beside him, K2's chief geologist, was responsible for most of the white gold discoveries with Sean Ryan's group. Our team's got a pretty solid track record in the Yukon as well as abroad. Also, I think Rob Carpenter's around here somewhere. Rob was former CEO of Kaminak. And Chris Taylor acts as an advisor, as does Rob Carpenter, both advisors to K2. We understand the geology in the Yukon. We've seen these rocks before. We recently completed a proof of concept RC drill program at the Wells property. We initially planned to drill 10 holes, but we completed those ahead of schedule and under budget, allowing us to complete 2 extra holes. We were able to test 5 new targets, and it should be noted that 40% of the property, only 40% of the property at the Wells has been explored. We're expecting the first batch of results from the Wells to be out by the end of the week, and look for news next week. Next, we'll move on to our Mojave project in Inyo County, California. K2 drilled Mojave back in 2020 and returned some of the best results in the Southwest U.S. over the past decade, including a highlight hole of 86.9 meters of 4 grams per ton gold, all oxide from surface. Fantastic hole. All 18 holes in the previous drill program were very strongly anomalous. We're currently progressing favorably through an environmental impact statement permitting process and anticipate the EIS to be complete by spring 2024. We just completed a 60-day public comment and scoping process, and it went very well. Upon successful completion of the permitting process, K2 will embark on its Phase 2 drill program encompassing 120 holes drilled off of 30 drill pads with a goal of building a resource at Mojave project. By permitting this project at the highest possible level, we will significantly de-risk the project moving forward in the eyes of potential suitors. This is an incredibly exciting project with remarkable potential, and we look forward to getting back to work there. And finally, our SI2 project, located in Esmeralda County, Nevada, about 60 kilometers west-northwest of Tonopah. The SI2 project's focused on a massive 8 square kilometer alteration system. SI2 displays many similar characteristics to AngloGold Ashanti's Silicon project, which is an 8 to 10 million ounce gold project, a little bit further south outside the town of Beatty, Nevada. Both SI2 and Silicon are preserved epithermal systems and were initially identified and staked by the same project generator. K2 completed a 4-hole maiden drill program at SI2 this spring. We were successful in proving the existence of a gold-bearing epithermal system at SI2. Although we didn't return the bonanza intercept we were hoping for, we did intercept 185 meters of continuously anomalous gold mineralization, demonstrating that the system was moving a broad swath of epithermal fluid, gold-bearing fluid. The next step will be finding where that fluid was concentrated in the trap, potentially hosting significant volumes of high-grade gold. I'm almost out of time, so our final key drivers are the assay results coming in very soon and through the rest of October and November from the Wells drill program in the Yukon. We're progressing favorably through the EIS permitting process at Mojave, and we're actively involved in conversations around creative, non-dilutive opportunities to finance continued exploration at the SI2 project in Nevada. Thanks very much for your time, everyone. I appreciate you guys coming out tonight, and if you have any questions, I'll be around. Come find me. I'd like to talk about it in more detail. Thanks.